Dart Skill presents square and cubed roots.
The square root of a number is that number that multiplies with itself to give you back the original number. For example, the square root of 9, this is the square root symbol, and when we write a number under that square root symbol, we are essentially trying to find the square root of this number. So the square root of 9 is 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. The square root of 16 is 4 because 4 times 4 is 16. The square root of 49 is 7 because 7 times 7 is 49. So this is the square root. Similarly, we have something called the cube root. And essentially, it's denoted by the same symbol with a small 3 outside. And when we have a number inside that symbol, for example 27, we are trying to find out a number that multiplies with itself 2 times. So the number appears 3 times in the multiplication sentence, and the answer to that multiplication is 27. Because 3 times 3 is 9 and 9 times 3 is 27, so 3 multiplies with itself 3 times to give you 27. We say the cube root of 27 is 3. Similarly, the cube root of 64 is 4 because 4 multiplies with itself 3 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. And the cube root of 125 is 5 because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. I should actually get rid of these two 3's because it doesn't look right when you see cube root of 27 is equal to 3 times 3 times 3. Cube root of 27 is just 1 3. So I'm just going to get rid of these two. They were just there to explain to you the concept of cube roots. There are two useful results you want to know about squares and cube roots, or for that matter any root. Let's talk about square root, and you can just extend the same idea with any other root. If you have the square root of x over y, that is the fraction, you can simplify that as the square root of the numerator over the square root of the denominator. As an example, we could find the square root of the fraction 4 9ths as equal to the square root of 4 over the square root of 9. The square root of 4 is 2 and the square root of 9 is 3. Therefore, the square root of 4 9ths, the fraction, is 2/3. And you can easily check if you got that right by multiplying 2/3 with itself. 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9. And I'm going to get rid of this 2/3 because it doesn't look right again, that the square root of 4 9ths is 2/3 times 2/3. There's just 1 2/3 in the answer. So we could say that the square root of a quotient is the quotient of the square roots. And in the same way, the square root of a product, x times y, is the same as the product of the square roots, square root of x times square root of y. Take the square root of 144 as an example. We could rewrite 144 as 16 times 9. 16 times 9 is 144. You can check that out. And that is going to be equal to the square root of 16 multiplied with the square root of 9 as per this rule. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 9 is 3. And therefore, the square root of 144 is 4 times 3, which is 12. If you multiply 12 with itself, you get 144.